Hey guys, today I want to tell you about a problem I ran into on this Seadoo GTR. It was continuing to lose coolant, and I was finding puddles of coolant in the hull. The closed-loop engine cooling system is pretty much fully contained in the ski, so what I found was a heat exchanger ride plate fitting was cracked and causing coolant to leak into the hull. If your coolant doesn't stay in between the min-max marks on your overflow bottle, then you could have a hose leak, failed oil cooler, or broken ride plate fitting like I'm showing in this video. Follow the two long hoses at the back of the engine to the ride plate fittings. If you see coolant puddled around them, then you likely have a broken fitting. You have two options for fixing the problem. You can buy a whole new ride plate at an average cost of over $200, or you can buy replacement fittings and repair your original ride plate. Each ride plate is a little different in design, but this diagram and slides should show you the typical components on them. The first step to getting started is you need to remove the coolant cap and drain the coolant from the system. Next, you need to remove the whole jet pump, the intake grate, and all ride plate mounting bolts. Don't forget to disconnect the hoses to the ride plate fittings. The following pictures are directly from the manual, and I'm only including them for reference. In most cases, you can use seadoomanuals.net to pull up manuals for your ski. If you need copies of these pages for your reference, reach out to me on Facebook and I can share them with you. In order to prevent any of the ride plate screws breaking, I recommend that you heat each one with a MAP gas torch before trying to remove them. I did have the first one break, but was able to drill and tap it and put another screw in its place. Here are the long threaded fittings, and this is the fitting inside the ride plate that broke. The second one got a little damage from the MAP gas heat, but I knew I was replacing both fittings anyways, so it didn't matter. Here are a few more examples of broken fittings. Some of them are designed a little bit different. These are the replacement fittings and how they sit in the ride plate. They do have an alignment notch, so they don't spin when the upper fitting is installed. Once you have the new fittings installed, be sure that you have all of the excess silicone and sealant removed from the ride plate surfaces for proper reassembly. Be careful to not damage the cooling system perimeter seal when cleaning the top edge of the cooling system channels. That seal will be reused. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please take a moment and do so. I have a lot more videos to come. This is how clean all the surfaces should be before getting ready to reseal it. Here is a close-up of the top and bottom of the replacement fittings installed in the top plate. There is a rubber seal in between both parts of the fittings, and I used Loctite pipe thread sealant on the threads to help the connection stay solid and secure. Loctite SI5900 or equivalent is the most suitable sealant for resealing the two ride plate pieces and also for resealing it to the hull. If you haven't noticed that half of the ride plate bolts have washers built into them. The ones with washers go into the center of the ride plate to keep coolant from leaking past them. Install Loctite SI5900 on all of the top edges of the cooling channels and coat the outer perimeter seal, then install the top plate and line up the screw openings. Be sure all of the torque screws have blue Loctite on them and torque them to 7.5 to 11 Newton meters depending on whether you have a new or existing ride plate. Apply Loctite 5900 around all 6 bolt holes and a thick bead around each coolant fitting and at the front edge of the ride plate. It is best to use your specific service manual for reference when applying the sealant. Install the ride plate on the ski, apply blue Loctite on the bolts, and torque all bolts to 35 Newton meters evenly. It's not a bad idea to apply a little more 5900 around the fittings on the inside to ensure a watertight seal. After that, you can reattach the hoses, refill the system with coolant, then reinstall the intake grate and jet pump. Once you have completed reassembly, you should give the sealant at least about a day to cure before leak testing to check how you did. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Please smash the like button to support us and subscribe to my channel to see more cool videos like this one, and I'll see you in the next video.